Right, let's speak to the BBC's China media analyst, Kerry Allen, next to me. One of our regular guests on the programme. Good to have you here on a Friday, Kerry, to talk through some of the top social media stories in China today. And I know one of those is the age at which you can get married in China. What is it at the moment?
Yeah, it's not widely known in the wider world, but in China you have to be 22 to get married if you're a man and 20 if you're a woman. And this is basically, it's a hangover from the one-child policy going back to the 1980s. The idea was that men had to be a bit older, and as a prerequisite to marriage, they had to buy a house for their future wife. I mean, that was kind of seen as a very, very big and important thing. A lot of women as well didn't go into employment, so being younger was fine. But the one-child policy got abolished in 2016, and the government's become nervous nowadays that people are just choosing not to get married. There's a number of reasons for this, because there are millions more men than women nowadays, again because of the one-child policy, because it was favoured having a boy. So a lot of men are just struggling to find girlfriends or future wives. So I mean, that's one reason. A lot of women as well, they're now going into employment and they're furthering their education, so they're deciding that they might get married later. You know, it's not a priority to kind of get married as soon as possible after you come out of school. Basically the government's decided that because marriage nowadays is, you know, the figures are going down actually, like by the millions every year, that it's going to make marriage younger for people in the hope that more people will get married.
So they're looking at whether to bring it down to 18 for both men and for women, as I understand it. Is it the case that in China it is thought necessary to be married to start a family?
Yes, it is, yes. But nowadays, people are getting married for very practical reasons. They're not kind of seeing it for love. You know, there used to be soap operas forever that people would watch and think, yeah, you know, we want to get married happily ever after. I mean, there have been reports in the last week of this trend of people getting married to get a Beijing license plate, for example.
A license plate? What, on the car?
Yeah, exactly, yeah. That people are looking at practical reasons to get married rather than marry for love. And also, I mean, a lot of women nowadays, they kind of think, oh no, it might be a burden getting married. You know, I'd rather just like have a child through IVF, go overseas. You know, if I want to have a child, the idea of like traditional ways of marriage is just not very attractive nowadays to people. So there are these different trends taking place, and so yeah, again, the government's worried and wants people to just kind of, you know, if they do love each other, to get married as soon as possible.
So that's one story, one slice of life Kerry brings us from China. Another one is about eyesight and a school in the east of the country. What's going on here?
Yeah, so this is a primary school in an eastern Chinese city called Hangzhou, and what it's decided is it's basically saying that it's going to make it a possible rule within the school that if your eyesight is below a certain level, you can't get into the school. So I mean, there was this traditional idea of having the three goods, like good health, good education and good moral values, and there is this trend nowadays in China of, you know, a lot of parents, they've been trying to educate their kids pretty much from birth to you know, study as soon as possible, lots and lots of different fields, that lots of people have very, very bad eyesight from birth, and it's become a hereditary thing. This school has said that, I mean, the government is worried about this trend of myopia, and it wants people to basically, you know, spend more time outdoors, etc.
And is that the idea that people are staring at their phones and kids are staring at their phones, and that is affecting their eyesight, so therefore the two must be connected? Absolutely,
yes. I mean, it's not just technology, it's also no exposure to sunlight, literally just spending lots of time in front of screens. Children, you know, nowadays, I mean, it's very common for, you know, a lot of Chinese schools, the majority of kids to wear glasses already. And this school said that if your eyesight is below 5.0, so about the 8th row down on one of these like
the optician eye test things.
Yeah, that you might not get into the school.
How interesting. Kerry, thanks so much. Always fascinating chatting to Kerry Allen, our China media analyst. Have a good weekend. Always good to see you here at the OS desk.